The moon is in Taurus, so we should be feeling grounded. You might notice that I changed my whole thing again. I'm trying to get it right. Anyway, welcome to the Psychic News Network Friday Night Live event. I am happy that you are here, and I am going to answer your questions. And you can feel free to post your questions. Does Donald Trump have any more kids somewhere? Is that in the news or something? My gut reaction is yes, Donald Trump has kids somewhere else. Thank you, Patty. Patty says she loves the show. I love being here. That's a funny question. I've never gotten that question. Does Donald Trump have more children? I get yes. I get yes on that. Anyway, it's not really where I thought I would start. If you get an opportunity on my channel, on my timeline, there is last year I did meditations for Ukraine when Putin invaded Ukraine, so they're on my channel. It's been asked on other channels. That's interesting. Like recently? Oh, I've always thought what Putin had over Trump was the some videotapes of some illicit activity with some females. That's what I've always felt that Putin had on Trump. Oh, thank you. You like my new setup? I have a really weird office setup because the office that I'm in used to be 2 rectangular massage therapy rooms, and I really need to get a wall knocked down. It's very awkward. But I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that's why I keep changing the positioning. Let's take a look at what we have for a psychic oracle card to get started. I have my Ukraine pen on. And yeah, those lights are always on in the background. And then my extra lights looks like there's a white lifesaver in the window. But anyway, Brad Paisley has a song for Ukraine that benefits Ukraine. So I'm a huge fan. Being a songwriter, having spent 11 years in Nashville, I really feel like music with a message is so powerful. So kudos to Brad Paisley. He did a song, and Zelensky's voice is on the song, and the proceeds from the song, it's called Same Here. It's about our, like our similarities. We're all humans, and we all have the same needs, and we all have the same desires to love and be loved and all that. I haven't heard the song yet. I guess they just finished it up. It's called Same Here by Brad Paisley. So I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Brad Paisley. I never met him, but I do like him. He's a genuine good dude. And I like that Brad Paisley is doing that out of Nashville, big red state, and just to drive home the message that we're all in this together, right? We're all in this together. Has anybody heard the song? Or is anybody even paying attention to what I'm talking about? So anyway, I did mention that just earlier I was just talking about that I have meditations for Ukraine here on my channel. If you just scroll back to a year ago to the day, I did several of them, and it's not a bad idea to go back and to do those meditations again. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Moon in Taurus today. My moon is in Taurus. It's a good place for the moon for me. And moon in Taurus is very grounded, very earthy, very good for grounding your emotions. A lot of us, I think everybody's feeling that Aquarius energy that's been coming around and knocking us upside the head, and the news doesn't help, right? The cards that I'm picking up to start out are we have passion ignited, and that's really about It's kind of like what I was just talking about, like Brad Paisley having this song to help Ukraine called Same Here. You know, bringing that passion up to the passion of we're all in this together, and it makes us feel inspired when we do come together. So, wow, somebody felt energetic all day for a nice change. That's good. So, let's find what makes us feel passionate together. I know in Grassroots of Democracy, in our group, which you can go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to see what we're up to, and you can join us. You just put in your email address and that you get a Zoom invite. That's as simple. It's very, very simple. And hello. It makes us feel passionate when we start joining together, when we start seeing, you know, and I hearken back to like We Are the World, and when the music community came together, you know, it was Michael Jackson and Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel, the whole slew of them, and Quincy Jones produced it, and it was just like everybody who was anybody, you know, Bono and Bob Geldof, and you know, when that type of thing happens, we get passionate. We get passionate when we feel connected, and we need that more than we need anything else right now. We need to feel connected. That's why I come on, so that we can all feel, well, I come on also to get you all interested in what I'm doing business-wise, and but we come together like on the live streams to know that, well, I feel like this, and do you feel like this, and let's, maybe I'll write a song, you know, and we can all sing it together. So passion, this is about the potential right now for us to connect. Yes, everybody craves connection, and so many people are afraid to admit it. I get that from a lot of people. They're afraid to admit it, that they need connection. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that we're human. So that's what that passion card is saying. Triumphant success. I do feel that we'll be coming together as a country. Those of us who are in the United States and a world. I know there's people here from different countries too. Thank you, Sandy. She says, I'm creating an awesome community. And I've always enjoyed doing that. That's always been a passion of mine, to bring people together in community. So grateful that you're here. So you can tell how old these cards are. It's actually, this is used to say triumphant success. We're seeing a lot in the news recently about the truth being right in front of our faces, and Fox is finding the truth right out in front of their faces, even though they lie. The truth is coming out. So the triumphant success is also like the Ace of Swords, and I have the traditional tarot here too. We'll be looking at that deck. This is about us having a really strong message. You love being here. I love being here too. Send me a line or two for the song. Joanne, you didn't miss anything because I was late. I make an effort to be here at 7, and I don't know why I get sidetracked. Most psychics I know have a bad sense of time. Sacrifice. We're going to find out that there are things that we will have to do. Oh, Susan Lynn had that question of Trump. You mean, does he have any more kids? I think he does. We are going to find that we need to sacrifice in order to make the world a better place. We don't have to look at that as a painful thing. We can look at that as something that, it feels good to give. We might think that it's a big chunk, for us to give, but it kind of makes us feel like we're more involved when we give. I've had a lot of training, a lot of great prosperity teachers who trained me to know that money is energy, and it's a flow of energy, and when we give it, it feels good. It makes us feel abundant. So the sacrifice card reminds me of that, and also I just want to say that since I do a lot of business on PayPal, most people pay me through PayPal. PayPal now has places, if you go to PayPal, where you can give to help Ukraine. You can give to the World Food, that Andre guy, World Food, I don't know, I can't remember. The World Food Program or something. You guys know what I mean. There are lots of opportunities to give. That's why I'm getting from the sacrifice card. It doesn't feel bad. Look, there's a rainbow above her. It's a beautiful prism of light. It feels good. World Kitchen. Thank you. I should be able to remember that. I always want to say World Food Bank. World Kitchen. There are places, if you go to PayPal, it's real easy, and I'll see if I can put a link up to that. We've had some crazy weather. You guys getting snow where you are? I had to shovel like 5 inches of snow off of my car yesterday before I left. I should have a thanks option. What do you mean by, I don't understand what you mean. Putin threatening to nuke Yellowstone volcano? First of all, Putin isn't the same person. It's not the same person that started the war in Ukraine. Case in point, since somebody just mentioned Putin, I've been saying this, and then I found out from reliable sources that it's widely known and believed that Putin has lots of doubles. Where can you send money for Ukraine? Well, I mentioned Brad Paisley's song. Oh, there's a link. I don't know. I should pay more attention. There's a tip jar in my description, I think. PayPal has links to the different places to give. Yeah, and World Kitchen is everywhere where there are humanitarian crises going on. As far as Putin goes, I feel like Putin is not the same person. I noticed there was a little video clip of him. I guess Putin has left the building. It's not him. And when I posted a picture of the most recent photos of him giving that ridiculous all lies speech, total lies, 100%. 100% lies. Oh, they're saying if you click on the description in my description place, you click on more, you'll see the tip jar. Thank you. It's kind of like the first time I've monetized. So when he was given the speech, when Putin was given the speech, I noticed that he looked different, so not like the original Putin. This is another version of Putin. And then I posted the picture, and somebody, I don't know if you're here tonight, but somebody was saying that they does craniosacral work, and she reported that his whole head is different, the Putin that we saw giving the speech. And I saw a little clip of Putin meeting with the Chinese diplomat, because they're doing these photo ops to scare the world. So lo and behold, the Putin 1, we'll just call him Putin 1, the one that invaded Ukraine. We remember that you've probably seen it too, video of him holding onto a table, feeling unsteady, feeling shaky. Remember, we had news that leaked out of Russia that he fell down the stairs and soiled his pants. His eyes are closer together. He looks different. And then Corey and I, the other night, got into kind of a laugh fest. We were just laughing about, my buddy Corey on Bridge Cape Inn. We do the show every Wednesday night. And he has some features, like some Putin-esque features, and we were laughing that we could also make him look like him, and he could be poor Corey. Corey's like a really, really nice guy. But, so people are saying Putin's profile looks really, really different. I'm going to pick 3 cards about that. So when he went to sit down to meet with this diplomat from China, he was bright. He was like sprightly. I mean, he wasn't shaky. Yeah, we all see it, right? His ears are different, like donkey ears. Oh, okay. I didn't get into specifics because I just know that the energy is different. Let's pick a few cards on that. Do people know? Like people in the media, or people in our government, do they know that they're dealing with a different guy? Well, Putin's trying to fool the world. He has big floppy duck's feet. All in the name of intimidation. Yeah, absolutely. But I could not believe it when I saw this little video clip of him almost jogging or skipping to the table to sit down with the Chinese diplomat. That's not how he was before. That's for sure. So the fool is like, he thinks he's fooling the world. There's something quickly coming at Putin, and it looks like a message. That's interesting. I do want to look at, the message seems to be, you better not. You better not. You better not. I feel like the guides are telling me that Putin has gotten a message recently that's kind of like, you better. I don't think it's just about the nuclear weapons. I think it's something else. And somebody just mentioned, I hadn't heard this, but somebody just said, only when he was with Trump did he skip like that. And that was earlier when he wasn't so sickly. Somebody just posted that Putin said he was going to bomb the volcano in Yellowstone. There's a volcano in Yellowstone? Yeah, it's definitely a double. So I'm feeling like Putin's getting the message, you better, if you do that, there will be consequences. This feels like a new message. It doesn't feel like the conventional, the conventional message, like, one country's like, don't take that risk, or don't use nukes. So let's look at that a little bit more. So check out Brad Paisley's song. It's called Same Here. I just heard about it on MSNBC. Nicole Wallace had him on. And after this I'm going to go listen to the song. But he's collecting donations, and proceeds go to Ukraine. Let's look at what's happening. Be sure to back support with my chair. We don't even have to start talking about my chair, because my chair is it's a decoration. There's a huge volcano at Yellowstone. The majority it's underground. Okay. But somebody's saying that Putin threatened to bomb it, which is a really stupid thing to say. Where's my pendulum? I don't even think that's true. Because, I don't think it's true that Putin said that. You never know nowadays where the news is coming from. That's why we need the psychics, right? Somebody recently told me that there are AI psychics, has anybody heard about that? AI tarot? Yikes! Did Putin threaten to bomb Yellowstone? No, that's a rumor. That's a rumor. So anyway, I'm gonna reshuffle because I didn't have an actual question. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And please subscribe to my channel. And please book a reading. I have a new class coming up. PsychicAndetDion.com is where you book a reading. And hi, Bon Blue. I have your crystals right in front of me, and I love this. I love them all. Isn't that great? Love it. Love it. It's a little hard to see it from where you are, but I pointed it out before. Since it's getting a little later in the year, the lunar calendar that my niece, who's an artist, she's 21, she's very gifted, made an entire year's lunar calendar. And if you book a reading from now until they run out, I am going to include the free gift of this calendar. It was for sale. Whoops. the 2023 lunar calendar. So you get a free gift as long as I have them until they run out of the lunar calendar, and February's over, so you have March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, so it's a good gift. All right, so yes, I love my crystals. Thank you, Bond Blue. I'm so moved and so touched at how generous you all are. Putin. I'm looking at, I'm pulling 3 cards about the threat right now. Like what he's threatening and what the substance of that is. It's not the original Putin. I get that so strongly. Kind of doesn't really know. I get the sense of the doors closing, being in a room where everything's closing in for Putin. He's trying to figure it out. And he's getting a little bit of offerings from enemy countries of ours. He's getting a little nibble here and a little nibble there from the enemy countries, China, but I don't feel like China is all in on investing on helping Putin. I don't feel like it's not attractive to China. Like we were talking about this the other night. Do we realize how much? Think about, no, it's unanimous. Putin's not the same person. Definitely not. We're all in agreement of that, I think. So, when you think about how many things, I mean, I know, I go through it, you go through it. Neil Young has a song, he's got so many songs. Neil Young has a song called Piece of Crap. And, you know how things can be made so cheaply in China. What will happen with the Chinese 12-point peace plan for Ukraine? I don't know about it. That's the first I've heard of it. The 12-point peace plan from Ukraine? Wait a minute. The Chinese 12-point peace plan for Ukraine? I am clueless. That is a new one on me. If you can give me a little bit more information about that, I can read about it. Where did you read that? Oh, Amy's cooking. What are you cooking? Just tell us what you're cooking before you leave. I love to cook. I haven't heard that either about China's 12-point peace plan for Ukraine. Yeah, I do get the Russian officials are wary of President Biden. That's what that Nine of Swords was saying that to me. Anyway. Hang on. Let's see. What I was talking about was China. How many things we buy from China? Oh, I make vegan soup once a week. Add a little miso, add a little tofu. Stuffed cabbage soup. You're gonna make me hungry. So China is so dependent on trade. We buy so much. China called for a comprehensive ceasefire in Ukraine on Friday. And President Voldemort. You didn't finish your sentence, Maria? I feel like, okay, it's kind of like this. If you were invited to a party and you kind of owed the person having the party something, I don't know, it could be like a little favor or something. So somebody has a party, you don't really like the person, but they invite you to the party and you told them that you were going to come to the party, so then that's the energy that I get around China, the China meeting with Putin. Like they had promised they would show up, and so they showed up. China's economy is in the toilet right now. It's really in a bad place. So, is China, the Chinese diplomats that are meeting with Putin and Xi and all that, are they, I'm going to make you chat, then you're trying to cook? I know, maybe there's a chat feature that you can say something and it'll like like Siri does. Is China asking Putin to end the war? Is that happening? I'm getting a yes on that. I'm getting that China has expressed an interest to Putin that they want the war to end. I'm telling you, if they helped Russia, there would be so many sanctions on them, on China. There would be so many sanctions on them. So many. That they would really fall apart. Hang on, I want to see what you guys are talking about. Orange Green, yes, Knish. Somebody's making knishes? On the first anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Moscow's ally China urged both aides to agree to a gradual de-escalation. Oh, I didn't hear that in the news. I was just asking about it and I got yes. Man, how did I miss that? Oh well, the cards told me. Weird. Don't underestimate the love that and the support for Zelensky. Don't underestimate how powerful that is. Our love for the Ukrainian people. Tim Snyder on Tyranny was saying that Putin will declare victory even though Russia is losing. On the news, did you see that? I can't read the book on tyranny because it will scare me. Oh, you said it might be Knish time. Might be Knish. Warren's the bearer of the Knishes. Yeah, I kind of missed the Knishes. At your convenience. He tips me in Knishes. I want to give everybody hope because I really do feel like we're coming into a time where love prevails. That our unity, King Knish, that's Warren, our unity and our love for one another, we're coming into a time where it will prevail. And I've been telling people for a long time now that we're in a different energy now than we were in, say, during World War II. What were you going to do, Warren? You're going to make Knishes? So we really are. We're in a time. So think about the people of Ukraine. Help the people in Ukraine. Send positive energy to Zelensky and the people of Ukraine. Just do what you can. Send money to the World Kitchen. And it's true, but some days are harder. And I want to say something about that too. We are all being pummeled with bad news all the time. And we have to cut ourselves some slack and we have to give ourselves a break. And Knish is all around. Yeah, everyone have a Knish. If you don't know what a Knish is, ask Warren. It's really, really, really important when we have like a freak out or we get testy or we get upset. Don't get upset with yourself for getting upset. You just be loving. If you're feeling upset by the news or whatever, just don't get upset with yourself for being upset. It's really not useful. Just pull it back. Moon and Taurus today, just pull it back. Just pull it back. Thank you. That's why, I want to have more groups and more classes. A meditation class I had last Saturday, I heard the count was 40 people. We had a free meditation class. We'll be doing that again. And also on March 4th, I haven't promoted it enough, but that's next Saturday. I'm having a class on radically forgiving. Every single person on the planet has something that they hang on to because it's a nature of being human that is lodged in their energy and emotional body and physical body system that we can lovingly release. And join Grassroots of Democracy because we totally love each other at Grassroots of Democracy and we have a great time. And I'm going to ring a bell. That's my excited bell for Grassroots of Democracy. We meet on Saturdays too, so join us tomorrow. Aw, so Maria loves this community, and she's part of our community, and on, yeah, Radically Forgiving. Go to my website, psychicannetdion.com, and you can sign up for that class. That's next Saturday. I need to get people signed up. So oh, your son came in and saw you watching. Oh, that's nice. It's a family affair. I love it. Yeah, so we have to not fight with our emotions. Just let them, like a long time ago, I think it was a meditation teacher said, a cloud is now passing. That's what our emotions are. They're just like clouds. Won't you when I ring your bell? Is that a song? Ring my bell? It should be. At Christmas time, I was playing Carol of the Bells, which is a Ukrainian bell carol. That's a beautiful piece of music. Where was I? Does anyone know where I was? I think I was talking about Russia, right? I was talking about, I don't know the song Ring My Bell. I'm seeing Russia being isolated. Is that a disco song? Ring My Bell. I gotta look that one up. After I look up Brad Paisley's new song, I'll look that one up. I feel like, yeah, Carol of the Bells. It's a beautiful piece. There's a lot of different versions, piano versions of that. I like to go through and play them. I'm feeling that Russia's going to be on its own. Anita Ward sang Ring My Bell. Have tissues when you listen to Brad's song. Yeah, I don't know if it's a video yet. Huh. I'm reading about Russia, and this is a surrender card. This is aid coming to Ukraine. This is Russia being isolated, and this is a surrender card. Wow. You hope that Putin doesn't end up hurting his own people. Don't you think he is? Don't underestimate the love for Zelensky. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, let's focus on. Edgar Casey once said that out of Russia will come the hope of the world. I have said that, over a year ago. Yeah, Putin's already hurting tons of people. Whoever's posing as Putin right now. I have, you might remember this if you've been watching me. I feel Russia being a democracy. From the very beginning, when Putin went ahead and attacked Ukraine 1 year ago today. Oh, what, you have a gift for me? Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. 1 year ago today, I felt like there would be mutiny, and I felt like the Russian people would rise up and rebel, and they did, but I don't feel like that's the end of it. And I feel Russia ultimately being a democracy. And I also was saying back then that NATO was going to be too powerful for Russia. And all those things are in the works, and we see signs of those things. Russia being a democracy, that's going to take time. That's going to take years. Let's see what the pendulum says. Is Russia ultimately going to be a democracy? I'm getting a yes on that. Where is Chuck Hepner with his quotes? I don't know. I'll have to let him know that I don't think Chuck Hepner was here on Wednesday. At Bridge Cape Inn. If this hasn't really fueled you for democracy, if it hasn't made you passionate about democracy, remember the first card that I pulled tonight was passion. Chuck Hepner hasn't been here for a while. We worry about our viewers when we don't see them. He also attends Church of Spirituality. Chuck Hepner, if you're out there, our viewers want to make sure you're good. We haven't seen you. He might be on vacation. Whatever that is, right? Yeah, so Russian democracy. On a date, maybe he's on a date, but he wasn't, I'm pretty sure he wasn't around on Wednesday either. Bridge Cape Ann. The eagle and the bear will join to fight against, fight against the dragon in the Third World War? Let's not be saying Third World War. And Nostradamus, that was a long time ago. Oh, Chuck! Nice to know. Nice to know that it's noticed when people don't see you, isn't it? Does it make you feel important? Well, you are. In the middle of, in a little while, in 45 minutes, I'm going to do a commercial break and tell you all about what I have going on, and then we'll get back to it. I don't think, okay. So, in like, what time did I come on? In like 15 minutes, I'm going to do a commercial break, and I'm going to tell you everything that I have going on that I want you to join up with, okay? And since I moved everything, I moved my clock. Hang on a sec. There it is. Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Putin fan. That woman, just know we're in a good place. We're in a relatively good place. I think every single day, I think what a miracle it is that we didn't lose our democracy. We're in a good place. Dominion and Smartmatic are holding Fox's feet to the fire. Marjorie Taylor Greene does not deserve airtime. Marjorie Taylor Greene does not deserve any of the prestige and platform that she is on. She hasn't earned any of that. And she's earning $175,000 a year of your taxpayer dollars. You heard that any predictions before the harmonic convergence in 1987 are null? It's amazing the different things you hear, right? So we're going to read on Marjorie Taylor Greene. So Fox is in trouble legally. Jack Smith he hit the ground running. And Fox is being held to the fire. And this whole thing that Kevin McCarthy did with giving Tucker Carlson, yeah, the light's shining on so much evil. That's so true. I've been saying that all along. Giving Tucker Carlson those 41,000 hours of surveillance video from January 6th is going to highlight it again. So, of course, Tucker Carlson is going to distort it and edit it and change the whole story because let's face it, Tucker Carlson is working for Putin. I'm just going to say for the Russian, the evil empire. And it's not all Russian people are evil, but we'll just call the heinous satanic type people that are running Russia that are just murdering people. We'll call them the evil empire. Tucker's son was at January 6th. Tucker wants the tapes to protect his son. I hadn't heard that. What's wrong? He subpoenaed Ivanka and okay. I missed the thread. Yeah. So I like it when people say Tucker with an F. What they're really doing is they're drawing more attention to January 6th when their past MO was to not talk about it, right? And now they're talking about it again. Jared and Ivanka got subpoenaed. So we're looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's see. Marjorie, Marjorie, Marjorie. Seesaw, Marjorie, dog. 2.7 billion Smartmatic in there. Yeah. So, and how about Dominion? How much is Dominion suing them for? And I don't know if you guys saw this. There's so much to see, right? You can spend the whole day watching news. It was on a YouTube live streaming about the news. That Mike Lindell was complaining about what Kevin McCarthy did, giving Tucker Carlson all that video. So crazy. Hey, Wilk. Trump. Tucker will show the January 6 happy parades. Was there a happy parade? I mean, when I think about it, it's like, what is Tucker gonna show the viewers? Yeah, Mike Lindell was saying that he had a problem with what Kevin McCarthy did. So now it's really weird because it's like they don't even know whose side they're on anymore. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's going to have a very challenging time because there's a strong case against her. Not just one. Oh, wow. And she's going to start trying to make more deals with Kevin McCarthy. Interesting. Let's find out more about that. Yeah, I mean, they're getting confused about whose side they're on now. You know what I mean? He'll show propaganda, but, you know, if he shows video surveillance of the January 6th, that horrible day. If he shows surveillance video from that, what's he going to show? Heard an audio clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene saying blacks should be grateful for statues honoring the Confederacy. You should have heard Frangella. Who's Frangella? I don't know who Frangella is. Yeah, she's totally racist and she's absolutely clueless. Yeah, there's so much evidence. I get the same thing every time. It's going to be really challenging for her. Queen of Cups indicates there's a female prosecutor after Marjorie. I do get the sense of Kamala Harris there. I feel like Joe Biden, even though, you know, Joe Biden's not the DOJ and he pretty much separates himself and lets them do their jobs, I feel like Joe Biden has made it known in no uncertain terms that Marjorie Taylor Greene, as I look at the devil card, is trouble and that he wants her out. Wow, you can watch my live 3 times now? What? And resubscribed and I'm on. Gee. Oh, I thought you were always here, Connie B. Huh. Maybe I'm getting you mixed up with someone else. Okay. Lauren Boebert. Let's just go down the line, shall we? What do we have about Lauren Boebert? What's going on there? We haven't heard much about these hearings. These mock hearings that they're doing. This is about Lauren Boebert. This is like, it's just a matter of time before the law catches up with Lauren Boebert. This Knight of Swords, I can't tell you how many times this has represented Jack Smith. She's gonna, I see Lauren Boebert hanging her head in shame. There's gonna be a big, I'm picking up, they're gonna make a lot of noise. More than they have been. Like the Jim Jordans, Marjorie's, you know the whole Matt Gaetz, and they're gonna be making a really lot of noise, so get ready for that. But as far as Lauren Boebert goes, I'm getting that it's a matter of time before the law comes after her. It's just that I feel like Jack Smith he's got the list going. Remember I said that whenever I think of him at a desk and looking at the documents and everything he has to look at, and then lining them up in like those little green plastic soldiers, and just ping, 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 all in a row, all in a row. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. It truly is. And I really get a lot of like, a lot of a feeling of, you know, when somebody gets overwhelmed and they lose what they're saying because they're under pressure. We've seen Kevin McCarthy do this. There's like all this really pressure on them, all this stress on them because they're being in the spotlight and having to defend themselves, and I just see them doing a terrible job. I'm talking about the insurrectionists that are seated in Congress. You can't wait for manga's finale? What does that even mean? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what that means, Anne. Manga's finale? I have to read the chat less and read the cards more, and then I won't get confused. I probably already said it, but Joe Biden going to Ukraine on President's Day, oh my God, that was a big deal. I confess I haven't listened to the entire speech, but I intend to get caught up on that. Oh, she meant MAGA. Okay, I was like, what? Sometimes, you know, with the typos and everything, it's like, what did you just say? That was, I mean, I was talking to the Grassroots of Democracy group this week, and I just said, man, we live in historic times. Yeah, Kevin, we call him Kevin McCarthy, we call him Marshmallow McCarthy. He sold his soul. Sold his soul. Anyway, Joe Biden really, honestly, 80 years old, now stacking up to be one of the best presidents of the United States ever. It's so interesting how glaringly obvious it is. You know, you can only deny the truth for so long. Soul Surfer has a psychic hit on Putin. Well, lay it on us. Rump is starting to call DeSatan meatball. Oh, we're going to get to DeSatan. Don't you worry. We're going to get to him. So, let's pick 3 cards on Joe Biden. Oh, now Kathy's calling George Santos Pinocchio too. The regulars are calling George Santos Pinocchio because that's not his name. So we named him Pinocchio. Hang on, I'm reading about Joe Biden right now. Remember, I have said that I see Joe Biden's approval numbers going up to the 70% range, which kind of concerns me a little bit because that usually happens for a president after some kind of major event. So we're going to look at, I mean, he's 80 years old and he's hitting it out of the park. I mean, he definitely is a man for the times, a president for the times. Yeah, he's feeling in charge of his communication now. Mushy Marshmallow McCarthy and Mushy Mushroom Trump. Ukraine is a major event, yeah. Good point. Yeah, I see it's undeniable that he has kept this country afloat. You guys got the wrenches out? Or should I assign somebody a wrench? Page of Swords. There's I feel like Zelensky has a victory to report. I'm not sure what that is. Joe Biden's, the economy is going to put Joe Biden really, really even more on the map. The visit to Ukraine was major. I got a little testy the other night when somebody said, I'm sorry, I'm very opinionated. If you haven't been able to tell. Somebody said, do I think that, and no offense to whoever asked this question, but it was just like, oh God, people, I hope you see it. Somebody said, do you think it was good that Biden went to Ukraine? And I was just like, are you kidding me? It was amazing. Amazing. I would just like to know that people, that Americans in general are able to see the whole picture. Like, because you want to take the wrench from me? Yeah, because somebody's up there, going, add as moderator. You are an official wielder of the wrench. Okay, we have 2. I just saw somebody put up Trump 2024. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. And if you ever don't want to be a wielder of the wrench, let me know. So you're not obligated. Yeah. Raymond is gone. He left? Good. Okay. So Biden's numbers are going to go way, way, way up. Way up. Thank you, Ann. You guys are awesome. So Joe Biden's, it looks like the economy is going to do so much better, and people are going to, will Trump attend Carter's funeral if he's invited? I would assume that he wouldn't be invited. That's a good question. Jimmy Carter would not want Trump at his funeral. Thank you, moderators. Did Carter request that Trump not attend? Yeah. Jimmy Carter already requested that Trump, and I'm getting a big yes on that Trump not attend his funeral. Who was it that also? Good job with the wrenches. Yeah, I see Biden's numbers in the 70%, his approval in the 70%. Somebody took him out, took out the wielder of the wrench. All right. Stocked up on provisions. You guys are distracting me. Jimmy Carter was a genuinely really, 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 really nice person. We really are seeing the contrast. And when we see contrast, we have a better ability to, when we see the contrast of the darkness and the light, we have a better ability to crave the light and to go for the light, right? You're confused? What are you confused about? We're all confused. Okay. Should we go to Florida? I mean, not literally, but I don't feel like I want to go to Florida just yet. Oh, so you're posting the song. Good. Yeah, I think they're going to make a video, but it hasn't happened yet. President Carter is a Christian, a humanitarian, and much respected. So who was it? It was John Lewis, right? That passed away, and I don't think it was just John Lewis that made it a point that he didn't want Trump attending his funeral. Was there another one too? Do you guys remember? Let's take a look at Trump. One of the Bushes. Yeah, I know McCain. Yeah, it was, but John Lewis also didn't want Trump at his funeral. I picked up that just speaking of John Lewis, I picked up. Was it George H.W.? It might have been George H.W. I know McCain. Got that. And John Lewis, but it might have been Colin Powell. Yeah, might have been. Anyway, you got to be a pretty horrible person for somebody to say in their last, requests. Yeah, John McCain was one for sure, but there were others. You got to be a pretty horrible person for somebody to put in their will and their last final wishes. I don't want that person at my funeral. I mean, that's bad. That's bad. Anyone with, so I got this feeling that John Lewis was subjected to some really like awful. I can't even tell you what I felt like Trump said to John Lewis when he was alive. We can just imagine, right? Only Biden. Oh yeah, that's the other one. That might be who I was thinking of. Remember when the Queen passed and Donald wanted to go? Because you know, according to Donald Trump, everybody wants him around. How about his trip to Ohio? Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna read on Trump right now, but let's look at that in reference to the situation in Ohio. Yeah, we were talking about that the other night. Carter put solar panels on the White House, and then Reagan took them off. So Trump goes to Ohio where there's this major disaster. Corin's like, do we really have to give any oxygen to 45? Not too much. We're just curious about a couple things. So, this major, and then, you know, in the face of this, we're finding out that there were lots and lots and lots. He wanted to go steal something at the Queen's funeral. There were lots and lots and lots of train derailments under Trump's watch, and Elaine Chao never went to the disaster sites. And they just tried to like sweep it under the rug because what did who have a positive impact on the MAGA crowd? Oh, in Ohio, maybe. So they just tried to sweep it under the rug. There were all these train derailments on Trump's watch. There also were surveillance balloons on Trump's watch. He was asleep or watching Fox or something. I don't know what he was doing. He definitely wasn't doing his duty as president. So all these regulations, if you watch Midas Touch last night, they showed some video clips, because I didn't remember it, because it was, I might have been 2017, 2018, I don't know, I didn't see it, but when Trump was president, he made a big to-do out of deregulating, he was golfing maybe, deregulating, taking all the safety regulations off these corporations, these rail companies. So he goes up, he doesn't even get it, how uncool it is, because he doesn't know the meaning of the word cool. I was thinking we should have hats to say, make America cool again. I digress. It was because of him that happened. It was because of him that happened, the nerve of him to go up there with, I mean, you can't even conceive of it. It's inappropriate to turn it into a campaign event. These people have no water to drink or to bathe in. But for the grace of God, it could be any one of us, and I hope it's not ever any one of you. And I send prayers and help to those people. What? He has no concept. Oh, you all get a burger. What? So he brings Trump brand water. Oh, he didn't even go to the site. He was probably afraid to go to the site because it was dirty. And you know, don't even get me started. You agree with my outrage. Don't even get me started because I'll get started. The nerve of them. Yes, it was 2017. Him cutting a red ribbon to get rid of regulations. Celebrating it. It's like, what are you, the son of Satan, or are you Satan? And he brought them red hats. He returned to the scene of his crime. Exactly. Well put. Trump returned to the scene of his crime. Unbelievable. Somebody told me they didn't like my rants, but it's not going to stop me. Are you here? He's a murderer. He's a killer. Trump and Putin they're like two peas in a pod. Can you imagine drinking that water? I don't think I would drink. Is it 10-year-old water? I thought maybe he got a bunch of water and stuck his Betty likes my rants. I'm glad you do, because my feelings were a little hurt, actually. Too sensitive. The sun's in Pisces now. I don't think the water was 10 years old, was it? Thank you, Diana. Can you believe, because they go up there and they blame Biden. They're like, oh, Biden, this is Biden's fault. And you know that they're wanting Buttigieg to look bad because he happens to be gay. Unbelievable. Thank you, Lori. She says it relieves her pressure when I rant. No, it wasn't the sidekick that was complaining. It was a viewer. Tax write-off for I'm sure he figured that out. Yeah, he said it was lesser quality water. Well, thanks a lot. I didn't know if it was, let's ask. Was the Trump water actually, yeah, and the governor, DeWine, said don't come. Corey smokes mellow cigarettes? What? No, Corey doesn't smoke anything. It's spelled with a K. If you're talking about Corey, it's K-O-R-Y. On Bridge Cape Inn, we do a show. Oh, I have permission to rant. I love it. I love your rants too. Of course I do. The only thing I don't like is rudeness. That's why we have the wrenches. Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. I'm not a character in a book. You can't. You cannot write my script. And I tell everybody that too. I do. I tell everybody that. As soon as somebody starts to give you unsolicited advice, just politely say thank you for sharing, but, you know. Anyway, was the water really 10 years old? Yes, the water was really 10 years old. Yeah, what's up with DeWine not declaring a state of emergency? And Biden called him right away. Called this Republican governor. Corey's hilarious when I start. Yeah, he probably just checks out. Corey's hilarious when I start ranting. This Republican governor doesn't even declare a state of emergency. The livestock are dying, animals are dying, the fish are dying, people can't drink the water. There's plumes of carcinogenic, horrible fire. Unbelievable. If you were the governor, wouldn't you say, we need help, we need to declare a state of emergency? Who are these people? Where do they come from? The inhumaneness. And they elected him into office. Biden called and said, whatever you need. He went beyond the call of duty. Beyond the call of duty. When will people wake up? When will people wake up? Who got a contribution from the railroad a week before? Oh, the governor did. That's right. They should start a recall. Let's do this. Okay. Will DeWine be recalled? I'm getting a yes on that. What, did somebody ask when, Warren? I'm Sicilian and I'm Irish and French. So there you go. So somebody's saying she's a fellow Irish Italian ranter. Yeah. We can. Yeah, you have the Italian last name. My mother's Sicilian. DeWine's telling these people it's okay to live in the area. You know, and kudos to, yeah, Sicilians don't mess. We just send the mob on you. Just kidding. Kudos to Erin Brockovich. Right? Is that her last name? Brockovich? Am I getting that right? Brockovich. She's coming back onto the scene. You saw DeWine drinking water out of the tap? There's no way. I would, and these poor people, we're going to have to help them too. If you have any extra money, send it their way. Now, keep in mind, that it's taxpayers that are paying these inhumane, yeah, Brockovich, I didn't know if I was saying her name right. It's taxpayer dollars out of everyone's hard-earned money that are paying these governors, that are paying the representatives. Think about it. Yeah, Erin Brockovich on the case is really good. Really good. See, and she's teaching us that we all need to stand up. We all need to stand up. And when one person stands up against the injustice, then other people follow suit. Irish, Italian, half Gaelic, half garlic. Thank you for the comic relief. Yeah, so taxpayer dollars are paying these people to just let people die. Now let's not forget, during COVID, on a different topic but similar, during COVID, if you didn't ask Trump the right way, you got left out of the federal emergency funding for COVID. Let's not forget, I'm in Massachusetts. He didn't want to send us anything, and we had a Republican governor at the time. We need more no-nonsense fighters for justice. That's why I started Grassroots of Democracy. Because when one person stands up, that it inspires other people to stand up. Don't buy any, it's a crisis. This is polluting the water and the soil for decades to come. So it's time for a new, if it was a blue state, they'd be fit to be tied. He didn't want to help the blue states. No. Trump during COVID, no. It was like, oh, if you didn't... I mean, I remember Charlie Baker here sent the Patriots airplane to China to get masks, to get PPE. Too bad the plume didn't float to Mar-a-Lago. You know that Trump didn't go very far into that disaster area in Ohio at all. Anyway. Let's see what's going to happen. Please hit the thumbs up if you can. The earth is crying, serendipitously, I was talking about having seen a program on the Science Channel where they were talking about, as a show about Apollo 8 and the first shot of Earth from the moon and how beautiful it was. And right after that, the war in Vietnam ended and the first Earth Day happened. For entertainment purposes only. I don't think I'm going to get in trouble, but thank you. This is about, this is really the way that Trump behaved. Actually, the fallout from that is actually people are going to be working really hard to stop people like him from being in office. The world is watching, and I do feel a lot of Earth Day awareness coming. And yeah, I do see the United States sending planes to Ukraine if the war goes that long. And the Page of Pentacles, the new generations especially. I think we're going to see an Earth Day like it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing how many people get involved with saving the environment. I mean, it's bad enough what we're losing from global climate change. It's bad enough what we're losing through, that's why I tell everyone, just go to savesoil.org, because we definitely need to save our topsoils. And now they're being, not only are we losing, the EPA was created after Lake Erie was so polluted the fish all died and rivers were catching fire. Yeah, and then that's when Earth Day happened too. And that was Nixon. So Nixon, as craven as he was, as criminal as Nixon was, he at least wasn't a heinous, satanic, and when I say satanic, I just mean evil, narcissist, a sociopath like Trump. Unbelievable. What are you guys talking about? Sorry. You know when you go to a party and you're missing out on a good conversation and you're like, what are they talking about over there? That's what it's like. Warren, did you ask me a question? Okay. The earth, we have the potential to save the earth. It's just that we need to do it. Let's take a look at Trump. Gosh, you get me talking about the environment and I totally rant. Welcome, Australia. Trump and I'm invited to your party. Where do you live, Diana? Where are you? In Colorado? It's always interesting, isn't it? I'm reading about Trump and Jack Smith. Trump's a hurting unit. Yeah, he's a hurting unit. Seriously. Did I miss something? Did I only halfway answer a question or change the subject to something? It happens a lot. This is about Trump and Jack Smith. Trump is a hurting unit. Hurting unit. And Marjorie Taylor Greene will not be able to shoot wild hogs with an AR-15 anymore. I'm telling you, I cannot even count how many times I get this card about Jack Smith and the DOJ. This is Trump. This is what I'm picking up. And I've picked this up before. That Ivanka Trump, for as close as she is to her father, I feel like she has a vendetta against her father. Okay, I'll look at Mike Pence and Jack Smith. Pence weirds me out. Yeah. This is what's going to happen to Trump. I feel like Ivanka is going to break his heart. I'm not feeling that Ivanka has loyalty to her father. I don't get that. Yeah. Crimes against the United States of America. Trump is an enemy of America. Trump glorifies Putin, wants to be Putin. I don't know if he realizes that it's not the same guy. Loves Kim Jong-un. They sent love letters to one another. Orban likes Orban too. He likes President Xi. He likes authoritarian, murderous dictators. And he's an enemy to the United States of America. Oh, I didn't know a lot of readers were saying that about Ivanka. I feel like there's something really, there's an old wound with Ivanka and her father. And I actually feel like she has hatred towards him. The United States of America, crimes against the United States of America, and Jack Smith and the DOJ are coming for him. I can't imagine having a narcissistic sociopath as a parent. I have worked with people, I've done readings and spiritual life coaching for 3 decades now, and I cannot believe what some people go through. It's not so much that that Ivanka sees this as revenge against him, it's just like there's no love lost. So she would save herself before she would save him. And I won't give you all that I feel went on between Ivanka and her father, but let's just suffice it to say that he was inappropriate with her. We'll just leave it at that. You know, he's a misogynist. He doesn't treat women well. I don't know what the Melania thing is, but that's just what I get on that. So it's not like she's not going to go in, be subpoenaed and go in and answer questions, and she's not going to try to save her father. Yeah. She's not going to try to save him. She's going to try to save herself. Oh, as far as Melania prenup, yeah, for sure. Oh, I mentioned 45 minutes in that I was going to do a commercial for my offerings, and it's been almost 75 minutes in, and I haven't gotten to it yet. So, everybody, let me just tell you what I have going on. He was inappropriate with her in public. That's true. Yeah, Moonchild. So you think other people kind of have a sense of that? So just bear with me, and we'll start answering some more questions. On Saturdays, we have a Grassroots of Democracy work group, and we have, you can go to psychicannetdion.com. Grassroots of Democracy has a website now also, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. On Saturday, so we have a 25-minute segment to start the meeting on Saturdays where we do a little civics lesson. And also, let's see, I have Church of Spirituality every single Sunday. If you want spiritual upliftment, please watch. And those are all on my YouTube channel right here where you are. Every Sunday at 1, it's uplifting. It's not religious. It's no dogma. It's uplifting. There's music. There's a sermon. There's readings. Sacred readings. So that's Sundays at 1. On March 4th, I have a class called Radically Forgiving. I recommend it to everybody. That's next Saturday the 4th. I am wide open if you want to book a reading, and I'm offering a free gift of a 2023 piece of art. It's a lunar calendar that my niece, Bree, it's hard to do this, designed and sketched. It's really beautiful, and that's going to be a free gift since we're getting into the year. And as long as I have them till they run out, if you book a psychic reading. The readings are 50 minutes, 50, and that you can check that out on my website. There'll be more classes coming up, and if you check in on my website, and I'll always brief you on what's coming up during my videos, then go to my website and you'll see what we're up to. And let's get back to the reading. Thank you for listening to my little commercial break. There's probably more. My live streams are Monday at 7. Sometimes I'm a few minutes late, so just hang in there and wait. And Fridays at 7. And on Wednesdays I'm on Bridge Cape Ann with Corey. And that's a hoop. Okay. Quick question. You see these weird preppers on YouTube, and they're all saying they think World War III is starting to happen. Is this... What's a prepper? Thank you, Ann. Yeah, Church of Spirituality is very special. I mean, I love what I do. I really love what I do. If I were to put in order of what I'm really passionate about, it's Church of Spirituality. Did Ivanka have a past life of 45 and Ivanka in the 1930s? About 70% of the time we incarnate into the same family lineage. We work our stuff out with those souls that we've spent a lot of time with. Your mom just fell, she broke her hip. She's 89. My dad's going to be 89 next Wednesday. Yeah, they get a little fragile. So, it feels like I was going to read about something. I forgot what it was. Oh, yeah, that's what I was waiting for the answer to that question. Prepping for the apocalypse. That's like so old. I remember being a kid and people talking when I was a kid. The end is coming. The end of the world is coming. The end of the world is coming. Well, the end of our lives is coming too, right? Nothing lasts forever. I'll get to Pence and Jack. Right. Okay, we'll do that next. Send healing light to, was it Gary? We pray for people at Church of Spirituality too. They think the end of the world. Duct tape, plastic sheets, and canned food. Come on, you guys. Can we just be in this beautiful moment? It's a miracle that we're all even here. I mean, that we all even exist, right? Right? Do we have to be talking about the end of the world? Enjoy the day. Someday the world will end. It's just like when I tell people that have actually said to me, I'm afraid to get a reading, I'm afraid you're going to tell me that I'm going to die. To which I've always responded, yes, and that would be 100% accurate. What was in the envelope of Bush's viewing? I don't know what that I don't know what that means. Okay. Mike Pence, the droid. Mike Pence is a droid. Yeah, just be positive, just raise the vibration, listen to music, dance, cook, laugh, watch comedy, have fun. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. When I'm up to here with the news, and I watch news like all day, I check in on the news because I do Psychic News Network. There's almost like a click in my brain. When I've had enough, I turn on some old sitcom and I watch it, and they're light and they're fun and they have cute little, like, even slapstick, and it's just like it makes it all better. Grateful we have Biden Harris. We have to stop and think of where we could have been in 2021. The present is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Look at the miracles. Look at the miracles. Okay. Pence the droid. I can't believe how fast the time is going. Last video you saw of Mike Pence, it looked like he forgot to change his batteries. Honestly, I think the man is traumatized. Because there's something really wrong. Well, first of all, I can't believe he's running for president. I know all is well. I have a chant. I have an all is well chant. I can't believe that he would think that running for president is like a viable idea. I know he hasn't thrown his hat in the ring, but what is Mike Pence? Does he have PTSD? He has PTSD. Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, could be. You love the all is well chant. If you want to hear the all is well chant, you have to watch Church of Spirituality. Somebody saying that they like it. Yeah, I mean, if you watch Pence, it's like something's wrong. So he has PTSD. Is he actually going to run for president? I don't feel like he's going to run for president. Well, you could have somebody saying that people are afraid of death because they haven't grown spiritually. Everybody's afraid of death because it's fear of the unknown. And plus, people don't know how they're going to die. So, everybody's scared. It doesn't mean that you're spiritually unevolved, right? A long time ago, I got that Jared Kushner was going to be jailed for international crimes. That was months and months ago. Let's take a look at what's going to happen with the DOJ and Mike Pence. I can't even believe that he thinks he's going to get away with not testifying, not answering questions. Jack Smith and Mike Pence. I mean, it really is, and I did say this the other night, I think it was Monday, that I felt like Jack Smith was having trouble extracting information from people. And sure enough, Mike Pence is thinking that he's not. You think he's suffering under the weight of his guilt? Guilt for what? Oh my goodness. This is interesting. So this is about Mike Pence. He's missing out on an opportunity to do the right thing and to look better. Let's not be talking about death. Come on. It's part of life. It's a hard thing we all have to go through. Losing loved ones, but we don't have to bring the, enjoy life while you're here. I mean, I'm really stunned at how many people worry all the time about their death. Let's be in your life. It's that saying, let the dead bury the dead. Be in your life. Make the most of your life. And I think that it's really true when you really feel like you're being all that you can be, and you're making the most of your life, and you're having joy, and you're making an effort to have love and all that. You won't fear death because you had a great life. Anyway, and we are eternal. And we've been here so many times. So Pence is missing an opportunity to make himself look better. But he's afraid. See, here's the thing that doesn't make sense. If he's trying not to offend the Trumpsters, why would he not want to offend the Trumpsters? They're already mad at him. Ohio should have tied Trump up, to the rails, to the. Anyway, we're on Pence. Pence has lost his ability to think. I have the Fool card. He doesn't even know what he's doing, and we're going to see this kind of thing from a lot of Republicans, as they don't even know what they're doing. No, I don't think he's going to bring Mother with him to see Jack. Things are going to fall apart for Pence. Wow, these cards are really not good for Pence. He's afraid of the Trumpsters, so why would he run for president? I know he hasn't declared. Yeah, these cards are very perfect for Pence. I agree. Very, very accurate. He should have just said yes. But I felt like Trump called him and said to fight it. He's so afraid of Trump. It's remarkable. We should probably read about that. Why are people so afraid of Trump? I mean, you would think, Trump tried to get him killed. Maybe it's a Trump order. They're under some kind of bizarre spell. When Kevin McCarthy went to Mar-a-Lago, I've said, yeah, I did read that Judge Ludig op-ed piece, which was where he said that Pence had no choice but to testify. When Kevin McCarthy went to Mar-a-Lago after January 6th, I felt like he got put under some kind of a spell. You've been poisoned and smeared by Trumpers in Alabama. What do you mean by that? That sounds awful. You need some light. He knows he's going to lose just plain. I mean, because the Trumpsters wouldn't vote for Pence because they all were mad at him. So it doesn't even make sense that he... Let's ask. Is Pence actually going to run for president? No, he's not going to run for president. There we have it. All right, it's 87 minutes in. We only have a few more minutes left. No, he's not going to run for president. I feel like I'm missing, about 10 subjects that I could read on. So we're going to have to pick the biggest issue. He's more afraid of alienating the evangelicals. He wants their votes. But here's the thing. I mean, it's like they don't know what position to take. Like I was just saying that Mike Lindell was mad at Kevin McCarthy for giving the surveillance videos to Tucker Carlson. And it's like, wait. Yeah, Putin's dead. You must be just coming on. We spent a lot of time talking about that. Anyway, timing of indictments. Timing's hard. Like, for instance, I thought that the war would end, now. I thought the war would be over, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so, March 23rd, Pisces moves into Aquarius. What does that mean for American politics? I thought Saturn moved into Aquarius. I gotta look into the astrology. Evangelicals? Aggravated progressive. Don't be aggravated. I'm trying to pick a question. Something huge is going to happen in March. Yeah, that's what Pluto moves into Aquarius. Do I have to get up and look at my calendar? We'll go over that next time. Let me ask the guides. What do we need to read on? What's our last thing to read on? Is America going to... Yeah, Pluto in Aquarius, right? Yeah. Saturn is moving into Pisces and Pluto's... Thank you. That's what I thought. I did have that. Okay, Saturn moving into Pisces and Pluto moving into Aquarius. Here's what I think about those two configurations. even I'm not an astrologer, but I intuitively sense, I've worked with people enough to have a pretty good idea of the signs and their qualities. Pluto in Aquarius is going to pretty much change our way of doing things. Probably a lot of electronic things. Saturn in Pisces, right? Did I see that? Yeah, that was right? Saturn in Pisces. We went over this the other night. I don't remember the dates. I'll look them up. Saturn in Pisces means we're going to have to get really into our spiritual discipline. Yeah, they have lighter energies. Yeah, so we are going spiritual. We're going spiritual, big time. Okay, so what I'm going to look at is the general direction of the American. Oh, thank you for putting the dates up. We went over this the other night. So on March 7th, Saturn goes into Pisces. We're all going spiritual. We're going, let's get spiritual. Channeling, what's her name? Olivia Newton-John. Let's get spiritual. Come on and get spiritual. Let's get spiritual. Don't take me down, YouTube. Let's redo that song, right? Yeah, that's what I feel. Saturn in Pisces, yeah. Yeah, we're running behind, but we're catching up. I'm doing the best that I can, catching people. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I'm doing spiritual readings, and I have Church of Spirituality, so that's really good for my Church of Spirituality, right? I hope you guys attend. Thank you, Awakening with Susan. I'm picking 3 cards. We have the bottle drop outside my window. You probably heard the crash. Beer bottles crashing outside my window. You need to go to the beach for sure. Here our souls rejoice. Okay, ready? I was showing Corey, I'm just thinking of the bottles crashing outside my window. I was showing Corey on Wednesday night. They're tearing down a building right behind me. It's been so noisy here this week. It's not easy to work. This is about the American people. There will be people that miss out on the love because they opt out. But this card is the arrows of love. I'm reading about the American people. We will be spiritually nourished. Yes, we did pray for Ukraine. Yeah, Joanna, I was saying, I was suggesting that people go to my videos from 1 year ago, because as soon as Putin invaded Ukraine, we will be spiritually nourished. I was doing meditations. In fact, I shut down my channel except for doing guided meditations. This sounds like a country song. Beer bottles crashing outside my window. I know, it's a thing during my videos because I'm doing them at night. All right, let's do a few of these cards to just kind of keep you all set for the weekend. To tie you over. Please hit the thumbs up before we end. It helps me, I think, somehow. The other things in the works are I'm working on a podcast, working out the logistics of that. It's called Spirit Talk Podcast. I think you can find it on Spotify. There's only 2 episodes. Just kind of tweaking things. I've taken it. Oh, you're gonna make me cry, Lori. You have a young depressed man and made him have hope. If you get in touch with me, we'll set him up for a little reading. Lori, your son, okay? We'll set that up. I would love to help him. Okay. You're making me cry. Seriously, reach out. AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. 3 cards to tie us over. Back on Sunday for my church, and then I'm back on Monday for Monday night live stream. Okay? Lori, reach out. I'll be checking my email in a few minutes. We pray for Ukraine and Putin to invade Kyiv. Yes! You know, how quickly we forget or overlook things. That's why I said look for the miracles. We did powerful meditations and prayers, and we weren't the only ones. There were thousands and thousands of people. Over the weekend, we're going to see some things coming to a close in terms of people are going to be moving on from Trump. That's what I'm picking up there. We're going to start to see signs of that over the weekend. Interesting. Her dad had a sex fixation for her. Are you talking about Trump? Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Lori. That's my pleasure. 20 on Tuesdays. I forgot to tell you. I knew I was going to forget something. Every Tuesday night, we have a 20-minute guided meditation. Sign up on my website. Just put your email in. 20 on Tuesdays. This weekend, we're going to find that people are... The podcast is called Spirit Talk Podcast. I've only done 2 so far. I'll tell you more as things develop. I'm just kind of testing it out right now. We're going to be moving on from Trump. We're going to see people are going to be moving on from Trump. Yeah, maybe the expired water for people in the crisis was the last straw. And, you know, going to McDonald's and making it a campaign event. The recognition and reward, we're going to see Biden being rewarded. And financial and material changes. We're going to see some good stuff happening over the next few days. So keep the energy up. And I want you all, moving on down the line, I want you all, is that from, what was the Archie bunker? There's Archie, All in the Family, and the trivia, the Jeffersons. I think that moving on down the lines from the Jeffersons. Yes. So definitely stay on track emotionally. Stay optimistic and have tools to bring your energy up when you feel down. Don't let yourself just stay there. Okay? Tom Petty. It's all right. Yeah, listen to some great music. I'm going to go check out Brad Paisley's new song called Same Here. I'm really, really pleased that we have him. You know, it's probably going to lead to other singer-songwriters and musicians that are more famous than me. Yeah, I'm going to go listen to that. And thank you so much for being here. Love yourself. Because you only have you, right? And I wouldn't be me without you guys. So thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Namaste. Good night. Have a great weekend.